Protoss blinking urges. You know?
Reaching his blinking urges.
Yep. But he looked like a Dragoon trying to walk up a ramp in that game.
Apt description of Brood War Noah. All right, well, Gangplank and Talia once again will be the first bans, as they have been through the entirety of this series. Question we have for MVP is whether they go for the TF ban on the red side, which they did not do in game number 1.
Vlad.
All right, so same ban so far on the blue side for CJ Entus, and they will go for the TF, so they'll drop the Shen or the Sivir ban, depending.
All right, there's a Varus ban coming in from CJ, not wanting to deal with that from Ian again.
Yeah, but they don't ban Ashe like they did in game number 1, so if you're MVP at this point, I say you just let everything go through. Nidalee's still available. That was CJ's first pick. And you definitely can't let Beyond have that, so I just leave the Nidalee up. I mean, you can see MVP really thinking about this one.
I agree, though. I mean,
just okay, they're going to ban Hecarim.
Oh, okay, which is essentially leaving everything up.
Yeah. We have not seen Beyond play the jungle Hecarim, but Haru we have. So Nidalee, are you going? You have to take Nidalee here. You cannot let Beyond have Nidalee. That is not optional, CJ.
Is it time, I wonder, to bring out the Amumu?
No, it's time to bring out Beyond's Nidalee.
Oh, I guess so. Well, if they pick the Shen, it certainly is.
Look, I think Shai's been doing a good job of dealing with the Shen with the Gnar. I think it's much more important that you take away the Nidalee from Beyond, who we've seen just take over games. In the laning phase.
Go hard with the Bard.
Go hard with the Bard.
That's right.
That's what Crepo does, I'm pretty sure.
That's what Mad Life wants to do too. Crepo goes hard with the Bard.
Yeah, or gets hard with the Bard. I'm not sure which one it is, really.
I wasn't going to go there, but you did. You went right there, immediately.
Why waste time, Dylan?
Yeah, I suppose just cut out the middleman. I appreciate your directness. All right, it's going to be the Kindred for the jungle on the CJ side, I guess. And
this
we
year,
know the Amumu's not getting picked.
This year, Kindred has been CJ's best pick in the jungle. They do kite nicely around the Lamb's Respite. They have multiple forms of stasis now. The Bard and the Kindred together.
So Amumu and then Yasuo with the hovers.
I think you just go with the Trundle again. Why not? Shen's going to build pure tank in that lane so you can win the split push. A bad time. It was a bad time. Let's not release any giant game-changing patches immediately before the World Championship with no professional leagues in session to check if perhaps Juggernauts and Mordekaiser are super broken.
Turns out it didn't really change the eventual result. You know, we knew what was going to happen, and it happened. Well,
still, not very much fun to watch, Noah.
I don't know why you go for the... Well, he's going for the Callista. Okay.
Still lane dominant, and we've seen Callista almost exclusively as a Sivir counter pick this season. And they will go for a Lissandra.
Yeah.
They are blind picking a Lissandra, so will MVP simply go for, well, we have seen Karthus in some other regions.
Huh. That'd be interesting. And MVP, you know, has been the team this season with the unexpected picks.
I think it's safer here if you do something like Azir and just play, Azir with Cleanse, which is what he's going to do. All right.
All right, but maybe a bit of a preview for something we see down the line from KT, or from MVP,
oh my
rather.
God.
The
The Manor Kassadin would be so real, Doa. I would love to see that. Obviously a much better matchup for Kassadin, but
yeah,
still you have to be worried about getting locked up by the Lissandra ult in the mid game, and I think that
a better idea to go with the Azir, though.
why not just take Cleanses here? That's the safe pick.
Well, you know what? It's almost like MVP wants to win this series.
You know what else is interesting, Doa?
What?
Guess who doesn't have wave clear again?
I'm going to guess CJ?
Yeah,
I thought so.
Lissandra's going to have to get uncomfortably close to clear waves with the Q, and that means that, of course, the Sivir, Nidalee, and Azir can easily poke her out if she tries to defend turrets. And again, their one form of wave clear is dependent on an early Hurricane from Kramer.
Well, it did not work very well last game.
No, it didn't. Definitely not the same level of pressure, obviously, in this game, but Ian has another easy lane. I mean, this is a winning lane. So it's going to depend on Sky's ability to TP and make plays in the side lanes. Now, much easier to do that early with Lissandra, obviously, so this is a big improvement already. Would have much rather seen the Lissandra than the Kassadin in the last game, because at least you can make picks early on instead of waiting for Rod of Ages to scale you into the late game.
Yep.
Because you just have so much crowd control, so you can dive turrets. So I like this better, and you can also just use it with the Shen to dive and try and get Kramer ahead, and that has to be the goal here. Diving extremely strong from CJ. They can lock up the turret with the stasis from Mad Life, of course survive with the Lamb's Respite. This is, they've got to make plays on it. It's got to be in the bottom lane too, pretty much.
All right, well, CU takes it. Game number 3, CJ versus MVP. It's go time. All right, welcome to Summoner's Rift for the final game of the evening between CJ and MVP.
Beads galore once again for ADD.
That's right.
So he's just going to try and trade early.
Wow.
And see if he can get a little bit of advantage. Let's try to recall. And MVP, man, if they start to group again, if they get into a point where they can 4-1 split push and just siege with the Nidalee Sivir and the Azir, CJ, there isn't counterplay besides like fantastic Lissandra flanks into the back line and big-time commitment into a team fight. Now, they have a lot of engaged tools, Lissandra and Bard and Fate's Call, so they can do it, but they will have to be decisive. And we are going to see an attempt at a lane swap here, but will be called by CJ.
Definitely looking that way. All right. Well, Sky, I mean, he looked so good on Natalia in their match against Janair. Today, suffering a little bit more, of course. Had that TF in Game 1. Was okay. Game 2 was pretty rough on the Kassadin now.
No, he got camped in game number 1, so.
Yeah. So that's why he did okay, you know?
Yeah.
He did okay.
So Trundle helping out here in the early part of the jungle. ADD gets the lane a smidge late.
So what do you think it was like when the great Ninja Masters bestowed the glowing spirit sword or whatever onto Shen?
Blunty?
Blunty, when they gave Blunty, Shen they're like,
I think they gave it to him as a joke, Doa.
Well, here's this magic sword. And Shen's like, wow, a magic sword, that's awesome, thank you. I mean, what does it do? Does it like, can it cut through anything? Does it light on fire? Does it like get 3 times bigger when I need to fight large things? They're like, well, no, it pretty much stays in place and then sometimes flies right at you.
Yeah, flies
Oh.
at people, but not point firsts.
Yeah, no.
To sort
just-
of smacks them in the head with the
just kinda
hilt.
Scoots over, you know, to where you are. It's like, oh, well,
It can make you dodge things for about 2 seconds, but after those 2 seconds are up, you just get stabbed.
yeah, it's kind of disappointing.
I really think that they were trying to get him killed because by having a giant glowing sword that is basically useless on combat missions, I mean, it just made him stand out. It's like putting a neon sign on him if he's a ninja. So they were really just... It was an elaborate plot to end his life.
Well, maybe it's like just a hazing thing for the ninjas wherever he goes to ninja school. They're like, did you give him the giant glowing sword? And they're like, yeah, we gave it to him. You're going to send him on a mission? Yeah, man. We're going to send him to Summoner's Rift with that stupid thing. It's like, yeah, good luck, Shen. Sucker.
I just think that, because you know the lore, wasn't Shen's dad like a ninja that was killed by Zed or something?
Something like, no, it's like it was like a Ryu Ken thing where they had like a master. It wasn't really their dad.
Oh.
Yeah, but I don't think Ryu Ken's master got killed. But you get the idea. There are two guys with a master.
Oh, okay.
Same thing.
It's like, well, Shen, I guess he technically like went to this ninja school for a number of years, but we can't get rid of him. So what are you going to do? Is they're like, oh well, we just give him blood tea until he dies. There you go. Just wait for him to die.
Uh-oh, TP coming in. Kramer low health. Maybe they can exploit this. There's ADD. Great pillar, forcing Kramer to flash right over it. Haru comes in as well, though, turning it around onto MVP. Mad Life very low, and whoa, Shy goes deep. Max gets very low, but the Ignite does not finish him off. Beyond finally getting to the fight. There's a kill off the bat already for MVP. One in response, though. Kramer picking it up with the rend on that Callista, and now Beyond on the run over the wall. A spear on the Mad Life might do it. Oh, barely misses, though. And the auto attack coming in. There's a kill, though, for Maha. This is such a brawl, man. There goes Kramer, and MVP turning it back around onto CJ again. And they will come out ahead 3-1 in kills.
Yeah, Beyond played that so well.
Yeah.
Also, ADD getting there early, as you said, with the pillar and setting up that play. And he just snuck right out of lane so that Shen wasn't there. He pushed up, and then they prepped this play. So great map awareness here from MVP. Haru, fortunately for CJ, was there, but Shy misses that taunt, just doesn't hit ADD, and Max flashes it. Meanwhile, Beyond tries to flash onto Mad Life, who actually does barely escape and manage to get a heal. And they try and turn it around. Okay, they got some spears in, and double buffs now for Kramer, but they come back in, and remember, Beyond just popping over the wall, and they can't see him. Maha flashes for the auto, can't quite kill Mad Life again, and then Beyond just comes back over with that red buff, gets on top of Kramer. Kramer can't do anything.
Wow.
Just, man, Beyond was amazing in that team fight. And Mad Life is super lucky he didn't die instantly when he came in.
Yeah. Oh, good start for MVP already.
He had like 1 health when Beyond
insane.
jumped on top of him.
Luckily, he had his AD carry there to soak the damage.
Well, now we have a giant farm advantage for ADD because what happened was he pushed the wave and then TP'd. So basically, Shy lost a wave of experience by having to counter TP into the top side.
Yeah.
So he also got a kill, got the first blood. So there's a TMR for him right at 6 minutes. And I don't know what Shen's going to do because Shen's a long way away from getting a Sunfire Cape, and he has no wave pressure. So now ADD is the boss of the lane. All right, Kramer is building Hurricane first. This is smart. He knows this is pretty critical to his team's ability to clear the wave. So again, I think he's making the right decision.
And they do get some damage onto that top lane turret. Not a lot though. ADD just doing a bit of dirty farming.
No, what are you going to do? You can't do anything if you're in this situation. ADD is super far ahead. Beyond is also super far ahead. So you have to be so scared that Beyond is going to come and solo your jungler.
Look at this.
I love ADD. I love his Manor Ohm Wreckers. I love his proxy farm dancing.
He's great, man.
Got such style, and oh man.
Certainly does. Wow.
There's some salt in the wound for you.
Yeah.
Salt in the old jungle wound, taking away Scuttle Crab.
It's a jungle wound. Maybe it's more like snakes in the wound. Or
I think there are a lot of nasty
poison dart frogs in the wound.
Ouch.
Man.
Sounds bad.
It does.
All right, well, Hari's going to be happy that Beyond actually isn't in that side of the jungle right now. Beyond was actually looking for a counter gank in the top side because he knows that CJ is going to be desperate to try and make plays around the Kalista because that is the one thing they have going for them right now.
Engage on the Mad Life. A little bit of damage there. Kramer hops in.
I would not do that.
Yeah, forces the Sivir ultimate out of Maha just to get away from that one.
Yeah, they can't actually fight in that 2v2.
It's awkward.
They're not worth the pink ward save either because now they have a recall where they're going to fall further behind. Not by a lot, but by a little bit in CS. Meanwhile, ADD is just smacking Shy around. Oh boy, this is sad. If I'm Beyond, I just say, all right, you're playing Sivir in the top side. You just sit under your turret and wave clear with your Boomerang Blade and your Ricochet. I'm going bottom, setting up a bajillion wards and letting ADD proxy farm all day.
Yeah, you think you could.
Oh, you definitely can.
MVP going for it, though. They're trying it. Proxy farming all day.
This is a bit risky with no wards, although he does have one by the Raptors, so I guess he feels safe enough.
I suppose. I mean,
he's going to get another one down right now. He's going to find a pink ward, maybe.
Or not.
Nope,
No.
he's just replaced. Nope, what's he doing?
Check it. Okay.
He's ganking.
Oh, right, but there's nobody in the mid lane to gank, though.
Yeah, Beyond needs to get out of here. This is silly. He was close to dying if he had committed to going after Mad Life.
Well,
ADD running in a circle.
he just takes a lap around the map. The rhyme was not intended. Whoa, headbutt pulverize onto Kramer. That's a lot of damage coming in from Maha. They get the flash right away. Ignite used as well. Kramer will live.
Trying to punish him for Mad Life being out of lane.
Yeah. All right.
Oh man, Haru leashed that Gromp up away from the spawn.
It's probably a good idea.
Was definitely a good idea.
Yep.
The spear coming in over the wall. ADD. Oh my god, this is such a train wreck now.
Look away.
Look away, CJ fans. It's all right, CJ fans. At least you're not Longzhu fans. You got that going for you.
Yeah, that is true. You do have the advantage of not being Longzhu fans.
But
somewhere Mach Noon is just nodding in approval. Like, all right, yeah, but he's not deep enough. He's not farming between the second and third turrets.
maybe going that direction. If I was ADD, I would seriously be thinking about that right now. And the reason why is the reason that Mach Noon gave in the interview as to why he did that. Because he wanted the jungler to come down.
Yeah.
And when you have an incredibly far ahead 2v2 of top-end jungler at this point in the game, why the hell not? Why not do it? The one thing that's stopping them is that Sky is playing Lysandra with teleport. If that was not true, you really seriously start to thinking about making that play.
Makes sense. That play that we're talking about ended with Mach Noon recalling from inside the enemy base after being untouched.
Yeah, he was sitting there just trying to get Insect to come find him.
Yeah.
And Insect refused to go to that lane and help Long Panda.
He refused to even come into his base.
Yeah. Well, he was trying to do Insect's credit, he was attempting to get other members on his team an actual advantage in that scenario.
I suppose. But man, the shame of having a Rengar, top lane Rengar, farming in your own base, and then just recalling untouched.
It's one of my favorite moments of Champions Underdog.
Definitely one of the great moments of Champions for sure.
I do detect some of the Mach Noon tendencies towards styling, though, from ADD.
That's good.
He did buy the Ohm Wrecker on Shen in the last game and show up in the base with it to use it once on the last
20-minute Ohm Wrecker. A flash taken from ADD after that Tempered Fate is used by Mad Life.
Yep. Lane swap coming through now as MVP does take the Mountain Drake, and he's going to be happy snowballing their advantages with Drakes and trading turrets. That's going to be A-okay with them.
Yeah, getting that Mountain Drake is
look how much
nice.
Look how much damage was done to that turret by the proxy farming already. I mean, Shen is one of the most vulnerable champions of the game to proxy farming.
Yeah. I mean, we used to see it all the time with Singed way back when. He picks Singed as the counter pick to Shen, and then you just sit behind his turret.
Yeah, Trundle's pretty damn good at it too. When you get a 6-minute Tiamat, you can clear the wave so quickly.
It does help.
trying to save their tier 2 right now, and we'll be able to do it. Ian gonna come out, give a helping hand. That's gonna cause them to back off. No, not no. Oh, I won't say no wards. There is one ward.
Max looking pretty threatening there for a moment.
They've got to. If CJ wants a chance at this game, they've got to make a play with the Lissandra the Shen soon. Beyond 72 to 47 CS. That was nice. Get that far ahead.
Yep, a little bit of a lead for Ian in the mid lane as well.
Yeah, well, that's going to happen naturally because you can't fight over every CS if you're Sky playing Lissandra.
Yeah.
You make up for that gold by using your TP to kill people in the side lanes, which he has not done.
Not yet. ADD still a little bit up in CS over Shy. But Shy should get a good amount right here.
ADD getting real scary. Has Vamp Scepter, so maybe Ravenous Hydra this game.
Yeah, could be.
Going for the aggressive option.
I like it. Believe it or not. So a bit of a lull in the action for the moment. MVP though with a good chance to take out this mid lane turret. It's only got about half its health.
No wave clear. Hurricane not done yet.
Yep, Tempered Fate catches Ian. And they don't finish off the turret. Oh, okay, well now the turret does go down. Kramer hopping in there with Lissandra does not get pushed back by the Emperor's Divide. Max is going to get taken out.
Why would you ult Ian?
Not
He
sure.
still had Cleanse up. I suppose their choices were Spell Shield Sivir or the Azir, but the burst just isn't there yet. He just finished Rod of Ages, so he's still waiting for that item to stack. And that doesn't accomplish a whole lot. Sky flashed for that too. I mean, you just don't even flash for that in the first place. There's no way you get a kill.
I mean, they got the kill onto Max at least, I suppose.
Well, yeah, but after that, you're not going to get any follow-up, and that's a perfectly fine trade if you're MVP. And look at the pressure. Azir turret coming in right now. Hey, Sky, no ultimate, no flash on him, so I'm not sure what he's going to do. It's going to be the great proxy wars of Summoner's Rift, I guess.
Apparently.
Lissandra's proxying. They're going to go for this Rift Herald, which is going to be beautiful to have on ADD.
The tanky trundle.
CJ now attempting to take turrets and get Kramer further ahead, but he's not really ahead at all in this one. Maha was successful in grabbing some kills in that gank, and Sky going to poke at this turret, pick up 100 gold for himself. Why not?
Now, a little less than a minute until the next dragon. We didn't see which one that is exactly yet. Sure we will soon.
Ian going for an interesting build. Double Ruby Crystal, so going for raw stats just to avoid the burst damage from Sky.
Well, he's got the Nashor's Tooth already, so he's got that attack speed.
Yeah.
Suppose you can just go for a little bit more health after that.
Yep, sure, and of course, the Nashor's Tooth Rylai is going to be a very good build
Yeah.
for him in this game.
And it's Cloud Drake. Okay.
Not too useful for either of these teams. Maybe slightly more useful for CJ as a pick-oriented composition.
Perhaps.
Well, ADD now even further ahead. Chilling out in this top lane, and Shy really can't do much of anything against this. It's already started to get some both armor and magic resistance, so he'll be well suited for the team fights that occur as well. Beyond is really far ahead and went for a Rylai's himself.
Yep, here comes another one. Yep. Does not connect with that, but yeah, he's already got that needlessly large rod. Looks like he's going for a Rylai's himself as well.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to walk into a bush though. Face checks that, has to flash away, dodges the Temper's Fate, but maybe a little bit of a boost there.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thrown out the Tempered Fate that early. Once you get the flash out, you can just wait for it. if you are going to contest, but they don't have any control over the bottom side of the map. Have to go back right to their tier 2. And we're now hopping around with his finally completed Runen's Hurricane.
It's a big buy though for CJ.
Yeah, huge.
They need that.
Well, they may actually get this Cloud Drake.
All right. I don't think MVP's too concerned about that though.
No, they do not appear to be, but they are going to collapse eventually to watch it die, I suppose.
Oh, yes.
Mad Life has a magical journey, so no threat.
And another
pick
Cloud
occurring.
coming out.
Yeah, I really think MVP could have pressured that a little bit more. They walked to the mid lane with a lot of people just to clear the wave, and they certainly had deep vision, so they knew that there was a chance that it was going to be done right there.
How many spears does it take? Man, that Rift Sculler is tough.
He has a nice exoskeleton, Doa.
I guess so.
Well, back to waiting.
Yep.
The longer this game goes on, though, MVP is going to be happy. Trundle completing the Ravenous Hydra in this game. I guess he feels that he's far enough ahead he can go for the offensive item and still be a defensive item up on Shy. So why not just try and push even harder and enact that 4-1 split push. While the rest of MVP just waiting to group up right now and really start to take this one home.
If they've got the time, they can just kind of sit back and be methodical, and that's about it.
No, they basically dictate where Kramer goes on the map because they need him for that wave clear. Maha going for the Infinity Edge again. I must say that I do disagree with this build. I think the Essence Reaver first is actually better for Sivir in this situation because you want the cooldown reduction because you want to throw out as many ricochets and boomerang blades as you can in a siege just to poke with the Azir and the Nidalee. So
I can see it.
Going for big crits in the team fight. I mean, ideally with this composition, Noah, you don't even want a team fight at all. You just want to poke and take a turret. So not really liking the Infinity Edge.
Ian's got the blue buff for MVP. I didn't see if they managed to steal the other one away. Not sure.
Why is Trundle not in the same lane as Shy?
He's hanging out in mid lane, I guess.
Interesting choice. I think that they just need to match the Shen as much as possible, particularly when the ADD does have his TP up and available. And just group up and make a play on the mid lane when they can. So the Azir passive actually a bit of a waste right there because they weren't able to fully commit to the siege.
Oh, Beyond gets found though. Gets away, but that's another occasion where Beyond kind of
He has a Rylai's and Merc Treads, like.
I suppose he's not too worried about it.
No, and he's going to go for Abyssal Scepter next. There's just not enough damage on Sky to really do anything. He is not concerned. He has plenty of MR. I suppose it could be a QSS too, with the no magic. Should be another good buy.
Yeah, I mean, it helps him get out of the taunt, out of the Sandra ultimate. Here's a split push from ADD, and there's not a lot that Shy can do to stop that right now.
And here we go. Now they have the pressure. Now they have the right lanes. Now Max is here to punt people away.
Yep, pulverize onto Mad Life though, gets pulled in with the Fate's Call. The turret does go down. Ian taking that one out. ADD knocked up with that Fate's Call. Trying to save the Trundle. They can't do it though. Tempered Fate doesn't hit anybody. And MVP, I think they'll be okay with that trade.
Yeah, of course. You get the turret. It's worth more at this time. CJ may have to try some sort of desperate Baron, but I mean, they've got 25 seconds basically, and TP is up for ADD, but this is like their one shot to win this game.
Well, they're thinking about going for it. Okay, they will start that Baron. MVP just needs to stop them. Max taking a bit of damage on the outside of the fight. Beyond misses his first spear. Here comes Maha, though, and this Sivir could do a lot of work on the CJ. Second spear comes in. Beyond looking for Seal. He gets it. Seals that Baron away. Big effort survived comes in from Ian. Lamb's Respite drops down, keeps a couple of people alive for the moment, but MVP gonna find some kills afterwards. One comes in, two come in for Sky, but The double kill for this Lissandra. Does not, wow, that was a sick cosmic binding, actually.
Mad Life on the run, Doa.
It was good.
And Max coming around the flank.
Oh, well.
Oh, nice
Flashes.
flash.
Hey, Mad Life is pretty good at League of Legends.
Oh.
He's not going to be alive, but he is good at the game. So, Baron does get taken by MVP. They do lose 2 people, but
Well.
ADD, I mean, how are you going to stop this Trundle now?
No, you can't.
You can't.
The silver lining is that when that steal occurred, ADD was not alive,
He was
so
still
he didn't
dead, yeah.
actually get the Baron buff, which is very important given how much this Trundle is already dominating this gen. I don't even know how this happens, though. There is a rend in this game.
Yeah, you're
Like,
right.
that should never happen, ever, with the Callista. So that's pretty terrible from CJ.
I don't know. You want to talk about salt in the wounds. That is about as salty as it gets right there.
Well, CJ really only have themselves to blame. Like, losing a Baron when you have Callista is appalling.
Putting salt in their own wounds. And then Mad Life, the great chase.
The great chase indeed.
It's a good chance, you know. And so, looking like we're coming in. Whoa, okay, never mind. They're going to grab Haru first.
Good play by Ian.
Yeah, Ian with a good Emperor's Divide there to set that one up. Very quickly eliminating the Kindred. And that's going to make it even easier for MVP to move in onto this mid lane.
No wave clear, so no way to defend this.
Yep.
Basically, if you're CJ, you made a choice that you were going to make TP picks with the Shen and the Lissandra in the early game. And if you got those, then you got objectives. But if you start to fall behind, well, you actually can't withstand the pressure that MVP is going to put on as a team. You just can't do it.
I mean, I suppose you can't really fault CJ too much for trying to put more emphasis on the early game since they've had some success there recently, and MVP is known as a team that doesn't have a strong early game.
But MVP really played it beautifully. We have to go back,
They did.
turn back the clock in this game to when ADD quickly pushed the wave and then just got the TP drop onto the top lane. That was very well done. Great planning to punish Kramer and Mad Life for overextending.
Well, the bottom inhibitor turret is gone now. Sivir ultimate pop, Mad Life very low health. I think they can maybe pick up a kill there. Sky kind of on his own. He's going to ult himself, which is not going to result in a whole lot. Baha on the outside of this fight, able to throw in as much damage as he wants, and that's going to be another inhibitor going down. No kills for MVP, but they don't need the kills. They'll be perfectly happy taking these objectives.
Yeah, and ADD will be perfectly happy buying another Ohm Wrecker, Doa.
Yep.
As the Raptor Cloak.
Why not?
Why not, indeed? Where is it?
Could be Zerat's.
No, it's definitely Ohm Wrecker. We know this about ADD now. He is the king of the Ohm Wrecker.
Loves to wreck you with ohms. Ohm Wrecker yet. They will get the second Cloud Drake of the game, though. Trundle screams in happiness. Yeah.
No, he loves ohms.
It's an homage to Ohm, the former MVP top laner. An homage.
It was definitely an homage.
Yep.
Okay, well, this one's pretty much over. I don't know. CJ this series, though, it's like they won game one, even though they
probably shouldn't have won game one.
They definitely should have in the early stages, but they didn't play it properly.
All right, ADD, CJ looking for a pick. ADD gets ulted by Lissandra, just going to flash out of there. Oh, no, he does not live. Haru, though, maybe soon to fall into the afterlife. Sand United comes in to keep him alive. Max looking for that big engage from the side. Headbutts Sky away. Doesn't find the pulverize, though. He used that flash to get it, too.
Wow, it took them so long to kill ADD right there. And in the end, they can't even defend their tier 2 turret or do anything as a result. So, okay, they get a kill, but it actually just is a net loss for them because they have to fall back to their Nexus because of the time it took. Super Minions already pushing in, and MVP not to turn at all. Still have TP up in 10 seconds.
Shy in the front lines, looking for a chance to maybe go in with the Todd flash.
This is the end of the game right here. There's nothing that can be done.
Yeah, last inhibitor falls. Teleport, bringing ADD back in again.
He has his own wrecker. Hooray!
There it is. That's why he died. He had to go back and buy the own wrecker. Now I get it. Shy. Temper Fade onto him for some reason. And the Emperor's Divide pushes Kramer away for just a moment.
Wrecker!
That's right. The turrets can do nothing. Just like CJ can do nothing in this fight. Nice 3-man pulverize from Max. That's going to set up the end of the game right here. Beyond comes in. That Nidalee doing very well. Double kill for Ian in the end. And that is going to be it. So MVP winning 2-1 here at the end of all things. And that is it. MVP just keeps winning. And CJ, pretty rough series for them. The pick man and the actual game itself too.
Well, I think we saw Sky a little bit exposed in this series. This is, remember, this is why they went to BDD in the first place. He just doesn't have very many champions that he can play. A very shallow pool. And when that happens, and you've been discovered, and Talia and TF are banned, well, you can play Cassidy into Varus, I guess.
I don't know. I don't know, man. Pretty ugly series if you're a CJ fan or
it was
CJ player.
It was real ugly for CJ. Like I hate to see that happen to them, but they weren't doing themselves any favors in the latter 2 games in the draft phase. And
yeah, not the cleanest performance by MVP either, but you know, a win is a win, and they'll be happy to take that one.
I mean, they got 1 win in 24 minutes and 1 win in 28 minutes. So even though they had their flaws, they still pushed their advantage hard enough to win very decisively, but at the same time, CJ just basically, if the snowball started for MVP, they had no tools to stop it whatsoever, so they were pretty much guaranteed to get run over.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's tough. Kramer looking pretty despondent there.
Well, they're still ahead of Longzhu, Doa, so...
That is true. In the end of the day, at least you're not Longzhu. It's a silver lining, you know? That is true. Well, I mean, they did damage because they got ahead.
Yep, pretty much.
Champions did a lot of damage, I don't know.
That is a true story. Well, MVP takes home the 2-1 victory. They continue to take a stab at maybe being a lower playoff team.
Yeah, I think, honestly, MVP, they've got a shot. Not maybe not at the semis or anything like that, but they've got a shot to actually make the playoffs. Beyond gets the MVP.
He was great.
Nidalee play.
I mean, his Nidalee play in that skirmish in the top lane at the start of the game really started the snowball. And
well, he's a fantastic Nidalee player.
Yes, he is, and he's creeping on Smeb here.
Yeah, he is. I mean, a lot of MVPs going over to Beyond this season for good reason, and here's that very early play.
I'm trying to. Oh yeah, it looks like the Lissandra TP wasn't available, so that's not even an option.
Yeah, he had used it after a recall. John coming a bit later to clean this one up.
So yeah, I mean, just watching Beyond play this team, this little skirmish was beautiful. Just Pops gets a little bit of damage onto Mad Life, pops over the wall, hits the spear onto Kramer, so he can get right back over with the pounce. And finishing it up, the final spear at point blank range, and of course this.
The Baron steal. He even got ulted there. He just smote right through it. Smote.
How does that even happen, though, with Rend in the game?
I don't know.
Pops right back in. He's like, ooh.
When you've got the Callisto, you've got the Kindred, but yet the Baron is stolen away by the Lissandra ulted Nidalee. Just sits there and hits smite. So it's a rough day.
Yeah, I didn't see when the Kindred ult actually went down right there, but it looked like it was after the Baron had been taken. So more possibility, and now just the end of the game. Another Ohm wrecked.
Yep.
By ADD.
It's broken Ohm. And there he is, Beyond. As we saw